I was at my grandkids' house the other day, and when looking for something to read to them, I picked up a copy of Highlights for Kids magazine. I really can't remember the last time I looked through the magazine, except maybe while waiting in the office area of my favorite dentist. But then again, that magazine brought back some pleasant memories of my growing up days. Do you know that that magazine has been around since 1946? One of the activities found in Highlights for Kids is this: what's wrong with this picture? Here you have to find 24 things that just didn't seem right. This made me think of some things that just don't quite feel right when I visit some schools. To me, strong teacher-student relationships are crucial, not only for creating a positive school climate, but also for providing students with a sense of belonging. Every relationship matters and requires that we tend to them every day. How you treat individuals determines how they grow. I'd like to share excerpts from a brief video clip entitled Every Opportunity, produced by the Rollins Center.
Hey, Mr. Q!
Did you see that? Why would somebody do that?
Please go into the classroom, no talking, quietly.
Hey, Miss Meredith, how you doing?
We need you inside.
How do you think that makes us feel?
I forgot my number.
What's your name?
Jordan?
What's your last name?
Carter?
All right. Go ahead.
School is hard enough.
Come on in, sit down quietly at your desks, and begin writing.
This kind of stuff just makes it harder.
I said quietly, please. Who's talking? Is it you, Sophie? Don't let it be you.
Don't believe me?
Sophie.
Please just watch.
I'm not up here for me, I'm up here for you. Pay attention, okay? Now somebody answer me. Somebody needs to answer me really fast.
Every time we're ignored or yelled at or silenced, a teacher takes away what's possible.
No horseplay, no running, and especially no talking.
Moment by moment.
Miss Garrity, your students' behavior yesterday in the lunchroom, it was terrible. Next time, silent lunch.
Did you hear that? Stay in line and catch a bubble. I'm not playing.
If this is education, we're in trouble.
Bye, Miss McGarrity.
Did you spot things that are wrong with this picture? Like me, you had to notice more than anything else the minimal efforts of adults in cultivating relationships with students. Visually, you saw actions of teacher, principal, lunchroom staff, and a bus driver that failed to show warmth, care, or empathy for the student. But it doesn't have to be this way.
Hey Jordan, how you doing? Good.
Everyone we meet throughout our day can make a difference.
I've been waiting for you to arrive.
All the difference.
Good, how are you?
Great.
Hi, Jordan. Bye, Jason.
Good morning, Jordan.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Good.
Go ahead and put your number in.
Talk with
I
us,
don't know my number.
not at us.
That's okay. I'll look it up for you. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Okay.
All right. Have a
Teach
good
us
day.
what we need to know.
Good morning.
That's how we get smarter.
Well, good morning, Sophie, Janicia, and Jordan.
And when you talk with us and teach us, give us bigger and bigger words.
Now what I'd like you to do, children, is turn around and converse with your neighbor and discuss where the mother might have gone.
Words that we can use to read and understand,
She is prey for eagles, so she hunts at night.
and that will take us places we can never reach without you.
Remember, we're entering the learning zone. Now, how can we show our respect to the children and teachers who are working?
We can walk quietly.
Yes. Okay, kids, so what I'd like you to do is continue writing your narrative, documenting your emotions if you were the baby owl and your mother abandoned you in the nest.
What can you do? Learn all that you can so that you can challenge us to be our best.
You would have stayed and assisted them in whatever they needed.
Share yourself with us and show us how to share ourselves with others.
To a large extent, the nature of your relationships with your students dictates the impact that you have on them. If you want to have a positive and lasting difference on your kids, you need to forge productive teacher-student relationships. I've come to realize that students who have constructive relationships with their teachers are more likely to do well at school, and teachers who actively build such relationships have a strong effect on the lives of their students. Research indicates that. No doubt about that. If I were to ask you what's the most positive educational experience you have ever had in school and what made it so, nobody will talk about quadratic equations or human anatomy. My guess is you talk about relationships. John Hattie puts it this way: it is teachers who have created positive teacher-student relationships are more likely to have above average effects on student achievement. In fact, the quality and nature of the relationship you have with your students has a larger effect on their results academically than socioeconomic status, the professional background of teachers, or any specific curriculum. Oh, it's not that those things don't matter, but rather that your relationships with students matters more. So what can you do? If you want to make a real and lasting difference, the evidence shows that investing time and effort into building high-performance relationships with students is one of the most powerful things that you can do. Building such relationships requires you to show genuine care for your students, both as learners and as people. You need to be accepting, to be warm, and to be nurturing. You need to be aware of and empathetic to their thoughts, their feelings, and you need to let them know they are important to you. And for me, what I see, they have to know that you believe in them. I am convinced that no meaningful learning will occur in your school without relationships that are meaningful.
I care about you, you care about me. We live in harmony. With our kindest hands, we build loving